Ever had a coworker who made your life miserable, thought they could walk all over you and got away with it, until karma hit? Imagine being a summer temp at the U.S. Postal Service in 1991, and one full-time carrier decides you're his punching bag. What do? Most people would grin and bear it. But I had another plan. Before we dive into this story, hit that like button if you've ever been bullied at work, and subscribe for more epic tales of karma and office revenge. This one is going to sting for the bully. Summer of 1991. I, a broke college student, landed a summer job as a casual carrier at the U.S. Postal Service. Our job was simple in theory. Deliver mail. But in reality it was grueling. Routes were timed to the second. Carriers were monitored both openly and secretly. There were back hallways, raised observation points, even passive sound monitoring. Mistakes or delays weren't just frowned upon, they could get you fired. Most full-time carriers were tough. They had years of experience, knew shortcuts, and had clout in the union. Then there was Dave. Dave was a 40-something failure of a man. Think a phys ed teacher gone wrong, complete with a bad mustache and knockoff Magnum PI sunglasses. Opinionated, lazy, and a classic bully, Dave decided early that I would be his target. He had no love for temps. When I was assigned to cover his T6 route, essentially his sixth day, normally reserved for someone else's vacation, Dave made sure to dump the heaviest, most cumbersome mail on me. Full boxes of catalogs, magazines, free samples. The stuff that weighs you down both physically and mentally. When I confronted him, he laughed. What are you gonna do about it? I went to my supervisor and even the postmaster. Just deliver every piece of mail as fast as you can, they said. Don't worry about the time it takes. You're making huge OT. And yet, the weight of Dave's abuse lingered. From day one, the other carriers warned me, don't make Dave look bad. As a temp, I was expendable. If I moved too fast, his inefficiencies would be exposed. But I had something Dave didn't, brains and patience. I watched his route. I learned it. Every twist, every turn, every shortcut. I knew where the heavy packages were hidden. And I noticed something. The route was designed to take him 4.5 hours, but it didn't need to. It was time to flip the script. I requisitioned 2 additional mailbags to carry the heavy items, approved personally by the postmaster. Once I was comfortable, I started running the route. Literally jogging. 3 loaded mailbags in tow. Rain or shine. Dave's route, which took him 4.5 hours, I completed in under 3 hours. My personal best. 2.5 hours. Every day. The beauty. Nobody noticed. I punched in and out correctly. Every delivery was accounted for. Every package reached its destination. I was playing by the rules, but faster than anyone expected. Dave, of course, had no idea what was coming. Dave returned from his vacation, smug as ever. Enjoy doing all the hard work for me while I was gone? He asked, laughing. I smiled innocently. I learned a lesson about how to treat your coworkers. He pulled his souvenir from his pocket. His middle finger. Classic Dave. Little did he know, the route logs were speaking louder than his ego. Voiceover reflective. Every day I jogged the route, I imagined the postmaster reviewing the logs. Every extra step Dave took while loafing, every unauthorized break. It was accumulating. I didn't rush. I wasn't vindictive. I was meticulous. Justice wasn't instant. It was a marathon, just like the route itself. I watched, learned, and let the system do the work. 2 months after I left, Dave got called in for a performance review. The discrepancy in delivery times was staggering. Auditors looked at the logs and discovered unauthorized breaks, lollygagging on routes, an on-the-clock affair with a woman on his route. He was fired. Just like that. Meanwhile, the regular T6 who had been swamped with the heavy deliveries, Dave's usual tactic, was promoted to the full route. She hadn't been cheating, hadn't been slacking. She was rewarded for hard work. And me. I went back to college, fit as ever, pockets full of cash earned legitimately from extra OT, and the satisfaction of knowing Dave had been exposed for what he really was. Sensory details and dialogue enhancements. Dave's smug teasing. Enjoy doing all the heavy stuff while I'm gone. Me innocent smile voiceover. I learned a lesson about treating coworkers. And apparently so did you. Internal monologue. I could feel the sweat dripping down my back, the weight of 3 mailbags digging into my shoulders, but every jog, every stride, was a step toward justice. Rain, sun, and the clatter of mailbags hitting the concrete became my orchestra. Dave was just the unwitting conductor. Act 7. Reflection. Lessons learned. The moral. Don't underestimate the quiet temp. Don't abuse your coworkers. Don't think shortcuts and slacking will go unnoticed. Sometimes the best revenge isn't shouting, it's precision, patience, and letting the rules do the talking. And sometimes, the system itself delivers the sweetest souvenir. Voiceover triumphant. Dave thought he was untouchable. Bully. Lazy. A middle finger waving jerk. But when the logs were examined, his empire crumbled. He lost his union job. He lost his credibility. He lost everything he had been coasting on. And me. I left that summer a temp, but I left with the satisfaction of knowing that justice, quiet, methodical, and perfectly executed, had been served. Bullies often think they can push others around without consequence. But sometimes the quiet ones are watching, learning, and planning. Patience, precision, and persistence can turn a summer temp into an unstoppable force. Outro call to action. 15 to 25 seconds. If you love this story, hit like, subscribe for more stories of workplace karma and revenge, and comment below. Have you ever outsmarted a bully at work? I want to hear your stories.